Good morning. So today we are going to work more on our website. First, we are going to update our map. So you're going to want to go to the Mapping tab on your website. And what's great about it is you don't have to search through it if you're signed in as you. So if you just come to open a new tab, it's going to pull up your map in a new tab for you. So that's really great. And you can see what you have already. So that's wonderful. Currently, I have 3 things on my map, not at all properly located, and that's totally fine. On your map, you are required to have 5 points of Salva's journey and 1 point to represent Naya. Your 5 points of Salva's journey should be connected in chronological order, and they should have a short summary and a picture to go with them. And then Naya should be her own separate point. So I'm going to show you how to do those things in case you forgot. Okay, so I have these points here. Say that I needed to add another marker. So if I wanted to do that, I just simply say add marker, and then I click where it needs to go. Okay, I've added that marker. Oh, but that was supposed to be my 3rd point, not my last one. No big deal. I can click and drag it to where I want it to go. Also, I'll call this point camp. Okay, we'll call it a prison camp. And so then this is where I would put my summary here. And then I would, of course, also add an image. And so you can find image from African prison camp. Obviously, not URL, just kidding, sorry. Not what I wanted. Google image search, there we go. Obviously, you guys will probably do a better job of looking for images as there are. You're better with the searches. And so once you find your image, you'll place that in. Again, it doesn't have to be an image. It can be a video, and that is just fine. But you need to have, of course, your title, your image, and your short summary. Okay, so this is true for all of them. And so once you have that, you are good with each tab. And so once you have 5 tabs for Salva that include all those things, the next step is to make sure that they look the way you want on your map, and also that the order is clear. So there are a couple ways you can do that. So if you say layer options, because these are all in one layer, you can do, you could name your layer. I like the long walk, but you can also come to individual styles. And I would give them a label by their names, so then your titles are here. South Sudan, Crocodile Isle, Prison Camp, Lake Turkana. I realize these are out of order, and also not in the right spot. And so once you have that, you can also make sure that they're all the same color, which is awesome. And so you can also say sequence numbers, and so then it shows the order that they went. Another way to show a connection is you can come here and say add a line or a shape, and you can connect your lines to each step of Salva's journey. Now, and when you're done, you just double click to stop the lines, and now your lines are all in. Now, if you're anything like me, and if you were like, I only did 5 points and there were really like 20 steps of his journey, you can make your line go to a bunch of points that you don't have to show his twisty-turvy, crazy journey. And you can add extra images and anything like that, but you're just required to have 5 points. So you can, of course, do more, and you can have your line showing his true journey, because you can zoom in and out as much as you would like. Now for Naya's point, you're going to have another layer, okay? And so we're going to come to our untitled layer. See how the blue is here? That's how we know we're on the layer. And now I'm going to add a different point. So we're going to say add marker, and come over here, and I'm going to say Naya's home, which then you would tell us what Naya's home is, okay? Again, we'd give another short summary here about where she lives, why she's a key component of this story, etc. And you can add an image or a video to represent Naya's village. Okay, so add all of those things. However, she still doesn't stand out, so there's another way you can make sure that she does, and you can come here and change your individual layer title to Naya, because she's going to be the only part there. Your individual styles, you could again have it as a name, so you see Naya's home. And then you can also change the color of hers so it stands out differently. Okay, and so we've got Naya's point, and then we've got our connected path of Salva. Awesome. So not too hard. And when you're done with your map, I know you have a bigger challenge because you have to find the actual points where this occurred and all of that. But when you have added those 6 components to your map and you're ready to put it back in Google sites, technically it's Google, right? So it should be connected and proper right here within your site. So let's refresh our site and make sure that that worked. And if it doesn't, it's not a big deal because we can just add it again, as we know. But as soon as I come back to my Google site, you can see that my map has been updated and we can see the path that they take, and Naya's spot is here. So everything worked properly, and I'm glad about that. Now today has a step 2 and a step 3. One, our first thing is we don't want 4 tabs anymore. Because social studies connections and mapping the long walk to water, they're really the same thing. So on your home page, we would love if you would add an image of the book A Long Walk to Water, which, remember, that's super easy to do. So you can come over here and say images, and you can say upload, not upload, just kidding, select, and then you can choose one, which I'm sure Google probably has some that you can choose. And if not, then you know how to do that. Oh, this is not a URL. My goodness. So if they don't have one, but they do, then you can, of course, search some up off the internet and take screenshots and do whatever, because you want to make sure you have an image that you feel is a great representation of what you're talking about on the site. So put that on your homepage. We don't, like I said, we no longer want social studies connections, so we're going to come to pages, and we're going to come to this and just say delete. Also, where it's mapping the long walk, this is going to be our social studies connections and the map at this point. And so you can edit your title for that. So that way it's more indicative of what we have going on there. And then on, let's see, on your language arts connections, of course, you want to make sure that you have your word art included. Okay, and below your word art you have your caption. If you don't remember what your caption is supposed to include, it's here. You've read the book now, so I think it makes sense to finish that caption. It shouldn't be, I don't need a whole essay here, people. I just need these 4 points captioning your word art. And also on the Language Arts Connections page is where your Prezi will go. Now, if you are not finished with your Prezi, don't upload it. But if you are, today is the perfect opportunity to upload that to your page. To do that, I'm simply going to come to my Prezi page, and then I'm going to say Share View Link. When I do that, I'll say Create New Link, and of course, I will make sure that I have that on there, and I will say, then you say Create Link, ta-da, you copy it. Once you have that link copied, it's just as simple as it always is. I was coming back and inserting something from here. So you'll come to embed, add your link, and your Prezi should pop right up. Okay, so I realize this is not my Prezi, so thank you to whomever it is, I forget. Obviously, because you want your website to look good, this is the opportunity to edit it as well. So you make your picture the size that makes it look good, and you can make sure that the appearance matches everything else so that your whole web page looks finished when it's done. And so that's the last thing you want to do, is make sure your web page looks finished, because right now a lot of yours don't. And so you want to make sure that you're editing for grammar and content. If your background image doesn't make any sense, like mine does not, make sure you change that. Okay, so you can change your image pretty easily. And so always choose something that actually seems logical, like, I don't know, water. And so that will help your whole theme and your focus come together. So good luck publishing and making these sites look awesome. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish at the end of class.